Hello, hello. I am Miss T. Arrow or Miss T. Arrow, and I am doing something a little bit different today. I decided to merge my love of tarot with my love of reality television, and the first up for this new experiment or merging of my two passions is The Bachelorette. So I've decided to do tarot predictions with the current contestants, the male suitors for Becca's affections. And so basically I am going to ask the cards whether or not what each contestant is like as a person, what their relationship is like with Becca, whether they're there for the right reasons, if they are going to make it to hometowns, and finally, if they are going to get down on bended knee and propose to Becca. So next up is David. So he's a venture capitalist. He's 25. He enjoys fitness, golfing, skiing, and he loves guacamole but hates avocado. So I'm assuming that's a reference towards avocado toast, because avocado toast is like so big right now. But it's kind of like avocado toast is actually just like kind of like guac on toast, maybe without the lime and cilantro. Anyways, I think he's just trying to be funny, but he's 25, so maybe he hasn't developed much of a sense of humor yet. But we'll soon find out what the cards have to say about Mr. David. So, what is David like as a person? Oh, interesting. So the Hermit's for the Major Arcana. So cards from the Major Arcana depict life's major events and changes. So he is very much an introvert. This card is about someone that it's the Hermit. So they take time to be alone, to be with themselves, to be introspective, to be with their thoughts. It's like they are able to process life and things that are happening really internally. So there might be more of an introvert than an extrovert. And if you can notice in this picture, though, they're also holding up, this guy is an older man and he's holding up a lantern. So it's like he has a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and he actually becomes a beacon or the lighthouse to share it with others. So the fact that I was kind of joking that he's only 25, it seems though that he has a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom, and people do look up to him for advice or opinion. So he probably comes across as older than his 25 years. So how is David's relationship with Becca? So this is the Eight of Swords. So upright, this card is kind of about a struggle. You can see that there's ropes around her body. She is blindfolded and she has a lot of swords around her. Swords are about the intellect, mind, communication, thoughts, ideas. And you can see that her mouth is she's able to speak. And so it's kind of like she's in a self-imposed prison in her mind, the person in this card. If I'm relating this to his relationship with Becca, it seems as though they can't get out of their heads in their relationship and get into their heart. It seems like that's not going to happen, and it seems as though there's a feeling of, on both ends, of being trapped, of not really being able to fully express themselves. It seems that they'll both get in their head, and it's probably because of the nature of the show. You can't say all the things that you want to say. You don't get to do all the things that you might be inclined to or inspired to do just because of the nature of the show. So I feel that on both ends, they won't be able to fully express themselves, and they will feel stifled, and the show isn't a good match for both of their personalities to come together in unison. So it doesn't look like their relationship's going to go very far. So let's see, is David there for the right reasons? Is he going to be the villain? I would say yes. So this card, the Seven of Pentacles, it's about putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort. You know, he's planting the seeds and he's just kind of waiting for the seeds to grow. So I feel that David is interested in finding a relationship. He's interested in putting the work. He's not afraid of doing the work to get into a relationship. But I'm not sure if Becca is the one for him, or the constraints of the show is going to be able to fit with his personality and how he shows up in a relationship and how he woos a woman. It seems like he is willing to put in the work, but I don't know if the show is going to work for him. And then, does David make it to hometowns? This would say to me as a no. So Temperance upright from the major arcana, so it's life, major events, and changes. And it usually means balance spiritually, holistically, emotionally, with your being grounded. That's the balance. And this balance is reversed. Reverse cards tend to reflect blocks, internal or external. So it seems like there's a block in the balance there. It just doesn't seem as though, I don't think he's going to make it very far. These cards are kind of saying that, like, right off the bat, they're not going to really see eye to eye. He is willing to put in the work, but he might be a little bit too introspective and too introverted to be able to stand out on this particular show. And I just don't see him being able to get balanced in the hometowns. Like, it doesn't seem like he's going to get there. It doesn't seem like it's the right path for him. And lastly, just to double check what these cards mean, is David going to get down on bended knees and propose to Becca? Page of Cups reverse. So pages are usually messengers. It also could be new beginnings or naivety. And cups are about love. So this is a blocked energy just because it's in reverse. So I would say this is a blocked new love beginning. So this is a hard no for me in them having a love connection. Whether or not it's possible is one thing, but it doesn't seem as though he is going to be the one that wins her affection in the end of this particular season of The Bachelorette. So I will be curious if any of this resonates with what actually goes on in the show. If I'm not mistaken, it's already aired, the first episode. So I'm gonna get these up hopefully by tonight. And then weekly, I'm going to see how each of these characters moves through the season to see if I can predict what they're going to be like. So let's see what's in the cards. If you like my channel, subscribe over here, share with your friends, find me on Instagram at Misty_Arrow or at Reality Realness with 3 S's. See you soon.